So when I started off as a Christian life coach, or you could say mental health coach, basically what I was doing was just meeting with people for an hour and listening to their problems, listening to what's on their mind, helping them process, helping them come up with a way forward through the challenges that they're going through. And that was cool, like it was a great way to start, coaching or counseling in a way. I have a bachelor's in psychology, so for me it was like, okay, like this makes sense. But once I found that I had to keep working at Amazon for $20 an hour to actually sustain me and my family, and I would have maybe a $50 session here and a $50 session there, kind of sporadic, all over the place. I realized it wasn't sustainable. I would make maybe 250 to 350 in a good month of just doing one-on-ones and charging $50. And this is because that's all I knew, right? And once I came across high ticket coaching, and some of you may ask, what the heck is high ticket coaching? Essentially, it is coaching with the end goal of a transformation rather than kind of just an aimless one-on-one session for an hour that's just whatever the client brings to the table, right? High ticket coaching, you're getting them to a transformation that you have experienced, and it's based on knowledge, it's based on things that you understand, and essentially people are paying you to get them to that end goal, right? An example for me was that I was a porn addiction recovery coach. I was bringing Christians from addicted to pornography to improving and even getting completely set free from their addiction. And when I say improving, I obviously mean, having less of a hold on them, less frequency. So this is the difference between high ticket coaching and just general life coaching. When you have a specific end goal that is valuable in people's eyes, they are more willing to pay when you are leading them to that transformation, right? For some coaches, they're fitness coaches and they help people lose 50 pounds, right? Or for some coaches, they help you make, I don't know, $10,000 a month through some type of business or digital product or whatever it is, right? So with high ticket coaching, you have an end goal that you can get someone to, and they are willing to pay a high price for that, right? So this is something that's much more sustainable. Just an example, when I first started as a porn addiction recovery coach, I charged $2,500, $2,500 for a 3-month package of one-on-ones or a 6-month group coaching package. And my first month, I basically partnered with certain Instagram pages that would repost your content if you paid them a certain amount. So advertising essentially with larger platforms, and they would repost my content, and basically the people that saw that content would follow me, right, through the connection that I had with that other page. And basically I would have conversations on Instagram through direct messages with these people, and some of them were serious enough to schedule a call with me where we would talk and I would hear about where they're at in their journey, what their biggest struggle is, and if they're actually serious about overcoming this thing for good. And those people that were serious about overcoming this thing, I offered my package, my coaching package, and 5 people said yes to a $2,500 coaching offer my first month. So when you think about 5 people, it's not a lot, especially because through the ads that I was running with these different pages, I had, I want to say, I don't know, at least 50 solid conversations that month with people that were considering working with me or talking with me. Some of them just didn't follow up. Some people just were in different countries and time zones, or just were unqualified, to be honest, because they didn't have the money. And some people just heard the price and they were just like, yeah, I don't think I'm willing to pay that. But some people, a smaller percentage, saw that opportunity and said, no, this is worth more than the money in my pocket. So they said, hey, I'm willing to pay you $2,500 for the coaching package that you offer. So 5 people, which again is not a lot, but 5 people said yes to me to a $2,500 offer. And that first month, I made more than $12,000 as a coach. Now, when you hear that, it's like, what the heck? That's crazy, right? So, they paid up front. So $12,000 in 1 month for a coaching for as a coach. I mean, I've never made that much in my entire life. And as the months went on, I just continued offering this, and more people were saying yes. More people were joining the coaching program, and I began to see, man, like, this is a sustainable, solid business where I can also make an impact and use my gifts. Not just as a general life coach, not just as a general mental health coach, but as a coach that is guiding somebody through a very specific issue and helping them get to a very specific, concrete solution, right? So for those of you that want to be life coaches, those of you that are thinking about getting into coaching, don't buy into this this business model of one-to-one sessions that have to basically drain you of all your time, right? And you're only impacting one person, and you're exchanging your time for money, right? So what is more sustainable is to have a group coaching program where you charge one fee and you have, let's say, 2 coaching calls per week with your group, and whether you have 5 or you have 500 people, you're still doing 2 hours of coaching per week. And essentially the money can go up, the amount of impact and clients can go up, but you're not drowning in one-on-one sessions with every single person that you sign as a client, because truthfully, you don't have that time. You don't have that kind of energy, right? Let's just say you sign 10 people each month. You don't have 10 people each month for a year, right? And let's just say that you have 120 clients. There's no way you're going to meet with all of them once a week. It's just not possible, right? So group coaching gives people community. It gives people accountability. It allows people to feel a sense of belonging and the fact that they're journeying with other people. And they're also, journeying towards that end goal of losing 50 pounds, of making an extra $5,000 a month, of overcoming their addiction, right? Whatever it is that your solution is, based on your story, based on your experience, create a group coaching program. And in that group coaching program, don't just have coaching sessions, but have recorded videos where you teach, or maybe you have resources like PDFs or books or something as a part of the portal that you can actually just have everything in one place. So even in between coaching sessions, your clients are learning, they're reading, they're growing, and that's what that will improve, right, the client success rate, to make sure that all those components are inching them towards that solution that you basically promised, right? So all of these things are important to take into consideration, and at the same time, right, like, you have to make sure that you as a coach are doing your part, that you're providing all the tools necessary needed, and the accountability, the help in implementing the different tools and resources and information. But at the end of the day, it's up to the client to apply those things. It's up to the client to actually put in the work, right? You can't do the work for them, right? That's your job as a coach, to hold them accountable. So this is a business model that is a lot more sustainable than the traditional kind of like traditional counseling approach to growth, to healing, to all of these things. And again, it's a benefit. It's a more effective model for both the client and the coach when you have a group coaching program. It's more time effective. It encourages them to put in work outside of the coaching sessions, and at the same time grants them community, grants them accountability, and many other things that they don't get if it's only one-to-one. So these are just some thoughts. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, things that you want me to talk about. But this is like something that has changed my life, and honestly, I just want other people to know that this is available, and that there's a profitable, impactful model that you can apply to your life, and your expertise. And really all it is packaging. And as long as you have an effective, consistent way to bring in leads, or another way of saying leads is potential clients, potential customers, that can be through advertising, that can be through organic content, meaning short form content that you put out consistently, or long form content like YouTube that you put out consistently, right? But the point is that you're bringing people into your ecosystem, you're bringing people into your sphere of influence consistently, because once you run out of people to sell to and to offer this coaching to, then you don't have a business anymore, right? So this is the importance of content. That is the front end of your business, or the advertising, quote unquote, and promoting of your business, to basically demonstrate your knowledge, demonstrate that you know what the heck you're talking about, by creating content that educates them, that attacks their limiting beliefs, that addresses concerns, so that once you get on a call with them, there's already somebody that's bought in, somebody that wants to work and wants to invest in themselves, because they know that a transformation takes commitment. And with a coaching package that's a high ticket item, whether it's $2,000 or $15,000, right, it requires commitment both in time and in finances. And those are really some of the most valuable resources that any human being can have. So when both time and money are required, right, to be invested into something, there's a greater level of internal accountability that somebody puts into something, because they know how much they paid for this thing, and they're serious about getting to work and getting the results because of what they've invested, and also the time that they've invested. And any transformation takes time, right? Like one-on-one session is not going to radically transform somebody. Like it takes a process and a journey to try things, to mess up, to come back to the coach, to get feedback, to go back out, to do the thing again, to maybe mess up again in a different area, to get accountability, right? So that's why coaching packages are better, even in terms of getting people results and changing lives, because you can't heal somebody of or help somebody overcome an addiction, or you can't help somebody overcome their anxiety, or you can't help somebody lose weight or get in the best shape of their life in a 1-hour session, right? That's why most coaching programs are at the very least 3 months or 6 months, or sometimes even a year, right? So think about, what does your transformation require in terms of time, and also what is your transformation worth. And a great way to calculate the worth of the transformation that you're offering is, what is the cost of not getting this transformation? What is the financial, even emotional, physical cost of not getting this solution, and not investing and paying for this solution and this coaching, right? For somebody, it's maybe they're 100 pounds overweight and they need to sign up with a fitness coach. And one of the costs of them not signing up for this $5,000 fitness coaching offer is, they have to be on prescription medication for the rest of their life, or they lose years off of their life, or they have to pay for medical expenses and medical bills, which can add up to 10 times more, right? $50,000, $100,000. Like, I've seen medical bills, like, they can add up fairly quickly. And opportunity costs of missing their opportunity to, I don't know, maybe they can't travel and they can't walk because they're so overweight, right? So these are all things to keep in mind, and you can use ChatGPT actually to help you calculate things. And ask ChatGPT, what is the financial cost of somebody not getting this solution that I'm offering? and ChatGPT will start listing out all the different things. Like, there are some coaches that help marriages on the brink of divorce. So it's like, what are the costs of not getting this coaching, right? It'll be the cost of divorce. Usually it's half of everything that you have, whatever your net worth is. Imagine splitting that in half and then saying, well, that's what it's going to cost if I get this divorce, and not including the emotional toil, the emotional, conflict. So again, you base your coaching on the value, or you base the price based on the value of the transformation that you're offering, and you base that off of what is the cost of them not getting the solution. And again, if the solution is not something that they're thinking about, if the problem is not something that keeps them up at night, and they're just thinking, man, how can I overcome this addiction? How can I lose this weight? How can I make more money? How can I, like, the deeper the pain point, the more somebody's willing to pay for the solution, right? Because people are motivated by the desire to avoid pain just as much as the desire to pursue pleasure, right? So again, this is a way that we can serve people at a high level, and at the same time, make a living and have a business that is thriving and helping people. So these are just some thoughts. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions, any thoughts. Down below, there's a couple links, a couple of resources in the description that you may find helpful. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Peace.